It took me a long time, years even, to recognize how my feeling of being stuck in a very difficult situation without seeing any way out or any resolution was actually a product of a victim mentality.
And I would find myself cycling through this awful mindset periodically before I found healing from trauma. What does it mean to have a victim mentality?
According to WebMD Online, a victim mentality involves taking things personally most of the time, having a negative view on life, always believing that life happens to them rather than taking responsibility or knowing how to take responsibility, feeling they have no control over the difficulties they are experiencing, blaming their circumstances or other individuals or events that have happened to them in their lives all of the time.
To sum it all up, the person often feels no control over their circumstances. And this can be caused by a lot of trauma in their lives where they have learned to take on a victim mentality as their way of coping. Why do we hold on to victim mindsets?
And it becomes very unhealthy when this victim mentality actually enters into their identity. Having a victim mindset can be a learned behavior for some of us, where we've learned it from those around us or in being parented. But often it's a mindset developed from experiencing a lot of trauma or even ongoing difficulties. Trauma plays a role because trauma leaves you feeling helpless and not in control. And if we have unhealed trauma, we can find ourselves triggered, reliving the pain and the bad event that happened to us, and feel those helpless emotions all over again, reinforcing that victim mindset whether we want to or not. Now, this is tricky for abuse victims because the abuse has been so real for them, and therefore being a victim is actually validated.
However, not knowing or not being able to be empowered again after the abuse can leave the individual trapped as a victim and result in being a victim as their identity. And victims within abuse still will have a very hard time pulling out of the abusive relationship, feeling helpless and powerless.
A victim mentality does not produce anything good for anybody. I want you to check out part 2 so we can learn how to overcome this unhealthy mindset.